Here inside the WB Mason Coaches Report, Andrew Jorstad, joined by the head coach of the Hofstra Pride women's soccer team, Simon Riddiough. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on this.
The season coming down to really the final hours there. Is your team winning those last two contests but couldn't quite make it? What was that whole weekend and that whole experience like for you?
Well, obviously, ultimately extremely disappointed. The players did everything they could to keep the season alive, and really respect what they did. Climbing out of that hole, beating Northeast in the #1 seed, beating James Madison 4-1, and beating a good Towson team who were in the same situation we were, who needed to win to keep the season alive. So coming away from three wins on the bounce, I just thought that this team deserved to move forward. They worked hard enough, and unfortunately the soccer gods were against us, but unfortunately that's what life's about sometimes.
Just looking overall at the season, one of the biggest storylines was the improved goalkeeping play. What can you say to that improvement, and what do you think led to that?
Yeah, I think it's a couple of things. I think Ashley was healthy this year, so that involved some competition between Freddie and Ashley and Jenna. So now you've got three goalkeepers battling it out. And then also Emily Morphetus joined the staff in August and July, and she's been a blessing. She's been fantastic for us. She's given them the personal attention they deserve. They've worked hard, they've reciprocated the effort, and I just think Emily's done a fantastic job.
Gemma Holland, unquestionably the leader of the offense this season. How sad will it be to see her go?
Yeah, I've known Jill since she was like U14, coaching her in the ODP program, and I knew we had a diamond in the rough. She wasn't highly recruited by many big programs, so it was just one of those situations where we knew what we were getting. And she came to Hofstra and she stood on her head for this program. She's had 3 tremendous years. I know she was injured for 2 of them, halfway through one and at the beginning of the other. But the 3 seasons she completed, she's been a stud for this program, and she's hopefully going to continue spreading the word. Hopefully we get more Nassau County kids, high school All-Americans, that type of mentality. And she's just been awesome. I can't say enough about Jill.
I'm sure you could talk about the rest of your seniors all day, but just in general, what will it be like to see them move on and to play without them?
It's always bittersweet this time of year. You've spent a lot of time with those seniors. They've grown with you, coming as little fresh-eyed freshmen, and now they're young, mature, ready to go into the real world. And I think all of them have done tremendously well for the program. They're great student athletes. They do a lot of charity work. They do a lot of community service. I just think they're going to be tremendously successful people, and hopefully they continue to stay in touch. Most of them do. And hopefully they come back and spread the knowledge and love about the program to everybody.
And just looking at this season, what was your personal favorite moment of the season?
Oh, that's a good one. My personal favourite moment. It probably was getting back into the game against James Madison. I think going down an early goal, I think that proved that we'd turned the corner as a team. Probably 2 weeks before that, we weren't going to come back. We were going to lose that game 2-0 or 3-1 and get a late goal to make it look respectful. So the fact that we came away losing 1-0 after a minute and 30 and having the backbone and propensity to push ourselves a little bit further and get back into that game and actually turn it around to a 4-1 victory, I think that was probably the most enjoyable result of the season.
And looking ahead to next year, what do you expect the strengths and weaknesses of this team to be and the overall outlook?
Well, you never know, do you? I believe we've got a very good recruiting class coming in. We lose some very important players. You lose some very important leadership. You lose a lot of maturity, and you're expecting freshmen to come in and step into those spots. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's a big transition coming from high school to college. There's a lot a lot of responsibility and a lot of commitment to certain different aspects of the game, which usually freshmen aren't used to being required to do. We've got a good freshman class. We hope they're going to push. And if they're as good as we believe they are, we're going to have a very solid season next year.
He's Riddiough, head coach of the Hofstra Pride women's soccer team. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Anders.